Hey guys, this is my review on Beauty and the Beast. Released in 1991, directed by Gary Trousdale and Kirk Wise, and is based on the original fairy tale story. And Howard Ashman did wrote songs for the movie, but then sadly he passed away 8 months before the movie's release. So Howard Ashman, he may rest in peace. And yes, this is one of the Disney films I actually grow up with. And in my opinion, not only this movie is a classic, but this movie is a Disney masterpiece. I like the story, I like the animation, and the songs are great, and really lovable characters. Well, anyway, let's get to the plot. This is Beauty and the Beast. The story takes place in France somewhere. Anyway, we do see the glass where it does explain that the prince is very mean, he's very selfish, until one day an old beggar woman with this rose, but since he's very mean to her, it turns out to be Enchantress, so she had no choice but turn him into a beast, and the entire castle has been cursed. Despite the prince is in his form of the beast, unless he finds true love, then the spell will be broken. Speaking of this, we see our main character, Belle, played by Paige O'Hara. She is a lovable character and she loves to read books, basically.
I just finished the most wonderful story.
But then we see our main villain, Gaston, played by Richard White, and his sidekick, LeFou, played by Jesse Courty. Gaston reminds me of Johnny Bravo, but except it's Gaston. And by the way, Gaston is obsessed with Belle, trying to force her to be his wife, even though the three sisters are obsessed with him. Speaking of Gaston, we see Belle's father, Maurice, played by Rex Everhart. He only just got finished building a wood chopping machine as he's heading off to the country fair, but unfortunately he gets lost in the woods. He stumbles across the castle, where he comes across Lumiere, played by Jerry Orbach, Cogsworth, played by David Arden Stiers, Mrs. Potts, played by Angela Ransberry, and her son Chip, played by Bradley Pears. He makes himself comfortable, but it wasn't until the Beast came in and decided to put him in the dungeon. Meanwhile, after Gaston makes a proposal, but she kinda said no.
I'll have Belle for my wife.
Well, Gaston, looks like you wasted money on your wedding, so I guess the wedding's off. But until Philippe leads Belle to the castle, she does find her dad, but she comes across the Beast. Then the Beast tells her that he would let him go unless she stays. So she agrees and the Beast lets him go. Well, sort of. After Belle makes some new friends, including the wardrobe, played by Joanne Worley, while the Beast is trying to force her to come to dinner with him.
You can't stay in there forever!
Yes, I can.
Meanwhile, back in the village, we get to this song, which is kind of one of my favorites. It's Gaston. Speaking of Gaston, Maurice tries to tell them about the Beast, but they don't believe him, until Gaston has a plan of his own, which we'll get to that later. Meanwhile, back in the castle, Belle decided to come down for dinner, well, because she's hungry. But then we get to this song, Be Our Guest, which is one of the best songs in the movie.
Be our guest, be our guest.
Later on, Belle sneakily goes in the west wing, well, the Beast's bedroom, basically. She's nearly about to touch the rose, causing the Beast to snap, causing her to run away. The Beast saves her from the wolves, then she takes him back to the castle and tries to heal him, despite the fact that he needs to control his temper. Meanwhile, back in the village, Gaston and LeFou meets Monsieur Dark, played by Tony Jay. But get this, they threaten to put Maurice into the mental institution unless Belle agrees to marry Gaston.
I love it.
Meanwhile, back at the castle, we do get some scenes where Belle and the Beast are trying to build up their relationship, like the Beast showing Belle the library, or there's a scene where Belle and the Beast feeding the birds, then they have a snow fight. Oh, by the way, did you guys know the song Human Again was cut from the original release because it was too long and slow pacing for the movie? However, the song was later restored for the 1994 Broadway musical and the 2002 DVD re-release, and also other re-releases. But then we get to the scene where Belle and the Beast having a romance evening, but we also get to this song, which is really catchy, but still, it's one of the best songs in the movie.
Beauty and the Beast.
Later on, the Beast shows her the mirror, and the mirror shows her dad in the forest. She worries about him, so the Beast decided to let her go. Belle finds her dad and takes him home. Oh yeah, and Chip must have gone into the bag. As they're about to take Maurice, but until Belle using the mirror, showing them the Beast. So instead, Gaston and the villagers go to the castle and try to kill the Beast. While Lumiere and the others manage to fight them off, while Gaston tries to kill the Beast. We do see them fight, but until Belle comes back, Gaston stabs him, but then he loses his balance and falls to his death. Oh, by the way, if you pause it, look at his eyes. Yeah, that's the fall of death. Belle confesses her love, but then the spell is broken and everything went back to normal. And they copy and pasted from Sleeping Beauty. So that was Beauty and the Beast, and like I said, this movie is a masterpiece. So yes, this movie I definitely recommend, because this is one of the best Disney films of all time. So there you go, that's my review on Beauty and the Beast. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.